Welcome to the first episode of Tress Talk. My name is Amina and I am the creator of Tressmerize. I've been getting a lot of the same questions which prompted me to create these Q&A series. My goal with each video is to answer these questions in my best knowledge so that at the end of each video you have a better understanding where you want to go when it comes to hair extensions. And today we're going to be talking about how much hair extensions cost. If you're excited for this video, please click that like button. It's going to tell me that you do enjoy these videos. And if you are new to this channel, make sure to click that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the upcoming episodes of Tress Talk. Now, the information that I'm going to share is coming from doing a lot of research while creating my own product, from keeping an eye on how much competition charges for their product, and also from women from the Tressmerize community that have decided to share their stories with me, which brings me into asking you, if you have any hair story that you would like to share with us, please leave me a comment down below. I'd love to hear it from you. Now, if you don't know me and my backstory on how I created Tressmerize, I'm going to link that video to my devastating story to 5 years ago when all the bleaching completely destroyed my hair and it resulted in shaved head. I was devastated. I tried many different products, but nothing really matched my desire of being easy to use, light and breathable in my very short hair. And that whole frustration has led me into creating my own product. When it comes to hair extensions, there are a lot of methods and neither one of them are cheap. Hair extensions are an investment and something that is going to make you feel more comfortable with your own hair. In my situation, when I had short hair, I was very self-conscious and I didn't feel comfortable being around people. You know the quote, give the girl the right pair of shoes and she can conquer anything? That's exactly how I feel about hair. When it comes to choosing the right hair extensions methods, basically you have to know what type of person are you. Are you do-it-yourself or done-for-you type of person? If you enjoy learning new things and you get satisfaction from doing things yourself, then you are do-it-yourself person. That is how I am, and the reason why I decided to go with clip-in hair extensions. Also, I didn't want to commit to a permanent option without even testing if I'm going to like clip-in hair extensions in the first place. And the do-it-yourself option is cheaper than done for you. But I also understand you might be busy and you might not have the time that it takes to learning how to clip in hair extensions, and the budget is not an issue for you and you don't mind somebody else paying to do it for you. Then you are done for you type of person. Now let's talk about do-it-yourself options. And when it comes to do-it-yourself options, you have few different methods to choose from, and those are clip-in hair extensions, halo hair extensions, and clip-in hair topper. And now we're going to be talking about clip-in hair extensions. Basically, they are these hair strands that are sewn together and have a barrette-like clip at the roots that clips into your hair, and many brands that sell clip-in hair extensions online sell them based on length and thickness. My hair, when I started wearing Tressmerize, was 3 inches long, and Tressmerize at that time was 16 inches in length and 120 grams. And here is a photo of how that looked in my short hair. And let's say your hair is about 5 to 10 inches, then for that most natural look, you should go with 16 to 18 inch hair extension length. Now, the photos that I'm going to show you are going to demonstrate the biggest issues women with short hair have when it comes to wearing hair extensions. In these photos, you can clearly tell that these women are wearing hair extensions and it just doesn't look good. I was in this same situation and I didn't want to accept it, and the reason why I looked for solutions. When I was doing my research, all the women in the videos did not have short hair. Their hair was about shoulder length or bob cut. And my hair was this long, and also these women were installing so many pieces in their hair, and there I was sitting thinking, there's no way that I'm going to be sitting every single day installing this many pieces in my hair that I know that is going to result into a headache or that are going to be heavy and I'm going to have to take them out. I didn't want to deal with that problem, and the reason why Tressmerize comes with 6 pieces that includes hair extensions and hair topper. It is easy to use, it is light, and you don't have to worry about how your hair is going to look in the back. The cost for clipping Remy human hair extensions, depending on length and thickness, is from $120 to $350. You can also find hair extensions on Amazon about $40 to $100, but these hair extensions usually come in a 100-gram bundle, and they are single wefted. And here is the photo that shows you the difference between single and double wefted hair extensions and how that may look when you install it in your hair. When I was designing Tressmerize, I knew for a fact that I wanted to have a better product than those on Amazon, but Hair extensions on Amazon are great if you are just starting out. You have the option of getting something that is cheaper and you can test it and figure out if you're even going to like using it. But for me, I wanted to have hair extensions that were thick from top to bottom, that no one could tell that you are wearing them. And that is what quality means to me. Here is the photo that shows you how only Tressmerize hair extension set, that is 5-piece set, 150 grams, 18 inches length, looks in my hair. And the cost per Tressmerize hair extensions is $160. Some people that wear clip-in hair extensions say that it's time consuming to clip them in and out every single day. And I can understand how it can be time consuming when you have too many pieces to deal with. And that is the reason why they decide to go to a permanent option. And now let's talk about second option when it comes to do it yourself, and that is halo hair extensions. This is one piece of hair extensions on a thick weft that has a silicone wire going around it, and it comes in a thickness of 100 and 120 grams. I have been asked a number of times to offer these hair extensions, and I'm going to tell you why I do not carry these hair extensions. This is my opinion, and this is what I concluded after testing them, but I'm sure that there are women out there that love halo hair extensions and that works great in their hair. But after trying them in my fairly long but thin hair, I've concluded that number one, it was hard to install, figure out how to use that silicone wire on top of your head. Number two, they were very bulky on the half portion of your head, and if you have short or thin hair, it could result into looking something like this or this, and you can only wear them down, and you would need a hair topper to compensate for the lack of hair on the back and top. The cost for halo hair extensions runs from $40 to $320 depending on thickness and length. And now let's talk about clip-in hair topper. This is a piece that is made of this thin mesh-like lace. Professional term is monofilament lace, and it can have 3, 4, or even more clips. This mono can be parted and changed in any direction, and you can also cut bangs into it. Seriously, I love this piece, and I wear it every single day. I have a prominent part, and I have gray hair, and when I wear this piece, I feel I don't even have to have makeup, and I can just leave the house. Hair toppers are great for many hair types, but where they really shine is for women that have hair thinning, and most of our customers choose to Tressmerize hair toppers to disguise hair thinning and hair loss. Tressmerize hair topper has a base 5x6. It is 18 inches long and thickness is 90 grams. It is $490. Other brands that sell similar hair toppers with the same base, same thickness and length run from $530 to $1,300. Now, hair toppers can be costly, and the reason for that is because they are hand sewn by a specialized technician that has to know how to properly sew this hair through this monofilament lace that represents the most natural looking hair and mimics our bio hair. And this whole process can last about 7 days to complete one hair topper. The learning process on how to install hair topper can be challenging for some. It does take some time to learn how to properly install the hair topper in your natural hair so that it looks the most natural for you. And we have concluded do-it-yourself options, and now we're going to talk about some done-for-you options. And you also have few methods to choose from, and those are cold fusion or micro-link hair extensions, hot fusion of keratin tip hair extensions, and tape-in hair extensions. Before you choose the hairstylist for any of these type of methods, please do your research and make sure that the hairstylist is certified and highly trained in applying these type of methods, because if they are not, your hair can get damaged right at the roots. Now, when you decide which stylist you want to go with, you're going to schedule a consultation with them. They're going to look at your hair length, your hair quality, and they're going to determine how many pieces you're going to need and how many hours they're going to need to install them in your hair, and they're going to give you a cost. Now, before we go on into the video talking about these methods, I'm going to say it right here. I'm not going to be sharing any pros about these methods because I I know many friends and customers that have shared their stories that in the beginning they loved this type of methods. They were so happy with it, but when they took them out, they were devastated to how much their hair ended up being damaged. And now let's talk about our first option when it comes to done for you, and that is micro-link hair extensions. These are hair extension strands that have a bead or a loop on top, and they are looped through your hair and clamped very close to your scalp with a special tool. This method can take around 3 to 5 hours for full head installation, and the cost is $800 to $1,000 depending on the area where you live and the hairstylist experience. You can end up with hundreds of these beads in your hair. It can be really hard for sleeping. One of the customers had these installed on her hair very close to her scalp that resulted in a lot of pain. Her husband had to take the pliers and take these all out of her hair, and she lost most of her hair because of it. The reason why I say it is very important to get recommendations and to know that the stylist is highly trained and certified in applying these type of methods. Now let's talk about the second done for you option, and that is keratin tip. These are extensions that have keratin wax on top of the tip of the strand, and this wax is heated by a special tool that then binds this wax together with your hair, and here is how that may look. The full head installation can range from $900 to a couple of thousand, and you have to have them taken out every 3 to 4 months, and you have to have periodical check-ins to see if they are growing out properly. Usually a hairstylist requires a non-refundable deposit, and you also have to make sure to ask a hairstylist what type of hair they supply, because some hair salons supply mixed hair with the human and synthetic, which can result in matting and tangling with your own hair. She said after installing them, they were painful and uncomfortable to sleep for first few days. They looked bad when they were growing out, and she couldn't wear her hair up because you could clearly tell that they were in her hair. And after taking them out, she had damage right at the roots. And now let's talk about our third method when it comes to done for you options, and that is taping hair extensions. These are hair extensions that are very similar to clip-in hair extensions, but instead of clip, they have a tape on top. And the method of installation is a sandwich method. And basically, you have one piece of hair extensions, a little piece of your hair, and another piece of hair extensions that binds them together. Here is how it may look with somebody that has short hair. You can clearly still tell that you have hair extensions in your hair. The cost for taping hair extensions in hair salons is $150 per bundle, and you may need 2 to 3 bundles. Then that will cost you around $300 to $450 for just hair, and plus you have to pay hairstylist for her hand. The installation usually lasts 2 to 4 hours depending on hairstylist rate, but let's say she charges $60 an hour, then you would pay for 2 hours $120, for 4 hours $240, which would range around $600 for taping hair extensions. However, some hairstylists allow you to purchase your own, and then you can find taping hair extensions on Amazon for $40 for a 50-gram bundle, which you may need 2 to 3 bundles. That will cost you $80 to $120, and the installation and hair everything would cost you around $400. They can be slightly uncomfortable when you first install them because they are close to your scalp. For the first 24 hours, you cannot get them wet. For the first 2 weeks, you cannot wear your hair up. When you sleep, you have to wear in loose braid because the friction between the pillow and your hair can cause the tape to slip out. When you wash your hair, it's going to be very heavy and it's going to take a long time to dry, and this applies to all permanent hair extension methods. She had a bad haircut and her hairstylist recommended taping hair extensions. She jumped right in. She didn't do any type of research, and in the beginning she loved them. She actually had them in for 3 years, and every 4 to 6 weeks she would go in to get them maintained, and at the end of 3 years she decided to take them out, and she was in shock to how her hair was all uneven. It didn't grow much. It was all damaged, and she had so much glue in her hair that it couldn't even wash after washing and washing. We have come to the end of this video, and let's quickly recap what we talked about. We talked about that hair extensions are not cheap and that they are an investment and something that is going to make you feel good about yourself. We talked about that you have do-it-yourself options and done-for-you options. Do-it-yourself options range from $120 to $1,300, and done-for-you options are anywhere from $400 to a couple of thousand. Now that you have this information, I hope that you're going to know in what direction you want to go when it comes to hair extensions. If you have found this information helpful, please click that thumbs up button. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming Tress Talk episodes, and make sure to visit my website and join the Tressmerize community. There I often share exclusive offers and discounts only to those that are in the community. And thank you so much for sticking to the end of this video. If you have any questions at all, make sure to leave them in the comments below. Any links will be linked in the description, and I will talk to you in the next episode of Tress Talk. Ciao! And this wax is waxed. This wax is waxed. No, 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 no.